This next equation is a very useful equation. It can help us find out how things are growing. How fast are they growing? How slow are they growing? So when I'm looking for the growth rate of GDP, I use this equation here for a 1-year period, or maybe it's a 10-year period. But I'm trying to find out GDP new, the new value of GDP, compared to the previous value, GDP old, over the previous value of GDP, GDP old. So I can do this for nominal, I can do this for real, I can use a similar equation for inflation. But right now I want to calculate GDP 2007 minus GDP 2006 divided by GDP 2006. And this is going to give me the growth rate over that year from 2006 to 2007. How fast is my economy growing? And I'm going to start with nominal GDP. So I'm going to use nominal GDP in 2007, which is 19,783 and 50 cents. And I'm going to use nominal GDP in 2006, which was 16,350. So I do this subtraction here. This is nominal GDP in 2007. This is nominal GDP in 2006, all divided by nominal GDP in 2006. After doing this subtraction, I'm left with 3,433 and 50 cents divided by 16,350. After doing that calculation, I get 0.21. I can multiply that by 100 and say that the growth rate of the economy in that 1-year period was 21%. I can also calculate the growth rate of real GDP. So I'm going to use this same equation, except now I'm going to put in real GDP in 2007 minus real GDP in 2006 divided by real GDP in 2006. So real GDP in 2007 was 17,985. So I'm going to plug that in here. Real GDP in 2006 was 16,350. I'm going to plug that in here. And again, this is divided by real GDP in 2006, which is 16,350. After subtraction, I'm left with 1,635 divided by 16,350. After doing that calculation, I get 0.1. If I multiply that by 100, I get that there was a 10% growth rate in real GDP. And if you remember from the previous example, the nominal GDP growth rate was 0.21 or 21%. So if we look at that number, it looks like the economy is going much, much faster. And if I look at the economy growing in terms of real GDP, it's growing at a slower rate.